Listen only mode.
Hello, everybody. This is Michelle DeMarco, and welcome to tonight's TNT webinar, Thursday night training. Tonight, you are not going to believe how amazing the webinar is going to be. I can't even tell you how excited I am because we have an incredible special guest that you're going to hear about in just a minute. But first, I have to introduce our wonderful hosts, Blake and Angie Warrington, the leaders of our team. Blake and Angie Warrington have been instrumental in my success in this business. From the very first time I signed up as a Beachbody coach, I was immediately plugged into them, and they are just the most amazing leaders. And we're so fortunate to have them and that they have this incredible guest that they're going to tell you about. And so without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Blake Warrington, and he's going to tell you all about what we have planned. Blake?
Well, thanks a lot, Michelle. I'm blushing with all that. That was a great intro. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, like Michelle said, we've got a very, very special guest. His name's Eric Worre. We've been using Eric's stuff, and if you guys are coaches on our team, we've sent everybody to his website because he's got the most amazing, free, in-depth, detailed content that you can get. And we have several videos that we recommend all of our new coaches to go to. We actually hired Eric, if you will. We're part of his mastermind group for 2013 to help take our business to the next level this year. And for that to happen, we have to help you guys take your business to the next level. And so what we've done tonight, I want to introduce Eric and a little bit about him and his background. He's been in the industry since 1988. That's when he started his first network marketing company. And like many people, he had some success and some failures and stuff like that. And he just kept on learning and learning about our profession and making it better and better. And now you fast forward, and he's earned over $15 million in the network marketing profession. He's built sales organizations, over 500 distributors in over 60 countries. And he also co-founded a network marketing company called the People's Network a while back. He's also worked as a president for network marketing companies. And he actually has done live events, numerous live events all around the world with over 250,000 people at some of the events. He shared stages with just amazing people like Anthony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, and a whole host of other great inspirational speakers and stuff like that. So he's just got a huge track record. And he just recently, to take his network marketing pro business, he started this in networkmarketingpro.com. He started that in 2009. And it was a way for him to kind of give back to our community and really kind of put a stake in the ground to help I almost said
Dollar in the jar.
to help our profession, and you're going to understand that a little bit more here. But he's really trying to make a difference in the way people perceive the network marketing profession, and so that's why he started networkmarketingpro.com. To kind of elevate our profession to a new level, so it's not kind of lumped in there with all the pyramid schemes and scams and all the things that really aren't true professional network marketing businesses. So he started that in 2009 and just had his 4th year anniversary with it. We had a big congratulations with him. We were actually got to spend some time with him on an island in Florida here recently with part of our mastermind group, so we can help, like I said, take our business to the next level. He's just launched a new book that he'll probably be talking about a little bit that I've read and Angie's read, and this is really we were considering it the Bible of the network marketing profession. We're going to be actually giving this to everybody that's a new coach in our business because we think that they should have this. So that's going to be our investment moving forward as we start bringing in new people into our business. That'll be their required reading, and we'll be investing that into our new coach's business. But so with that, I'm going to introduce Mr. Eric Worre.
Hey, how are you?
Doing awesome.
Well, good. I hope you can hear me okay. Is it all right?
Yep, you sound great.
All right, good. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be on with you and Michelle and the rest of the leaders in the organization. It's been so fun to work with you closely and get to know you and also to understand what you're about to do in your company. And the people who are part of this group, you're just really in a great spot because these guys are very serious. They're going to go on a pretty aggressive campaign, and you can draft off of that energy, and you can kind of benefit from their focus and their growth. So it's an exciting time. And when Blake and Angie and Michelle invited me to be on tonight, they wanted me to offer up some ideas on how you can do better. And I think everybody's looking to figure out a way to do better in network marketing. I'm going to give you a couple things, and I want to start off by telling you a story about how I got started. 1988, I was 23 years old and just getting going. January of that year, getting started in network marketing, and I needed an opportunity. I was a guy without a college education and trying to figure out a way to succeed in the world, and kind of desperate, looking for answers. And I got introduced to network marketing, and at the very beginning, I was kind of in the right place at the right time. I was with some influential people, and I made some money for a couple months, and then it dried right up. And I proceeded to struggle for my first 3 years in network marketing. And matter of fact, in my first 3 years, I rebuilt my organization 7 different times. I'd build it up and then it would fall apart, and I'd build it up again, it'd fall apart 7 different times. So if you've done it less than 7 times, you're ahead of my schedule. You're ahead of my game plan. It took me 7 times. And I remember the day that really changed my life in network marketing was about a little over 3 years into my experience. One of the things I learned early was to always go to the big company conventions, to never miss a big company conference. So, I always went. It was 3 times a year. I figured out a way, and I was always at that conference. And the conferences were starting to become a little bit painful because I wasn't having success and other people were. So I was comparing myself to other people. I was very afraid I was missing the boat. I was missing out. And it was the night before a conference. I was sitting in my hotel room. I was watching CNN, and there was this obscure expert talking about some topic that I can't even remember now. And I don't know if you've ever seen like Storage Wars or these Pawn Stars or these different shows on TV where they're trying to evaluate the value of something, and they go find an expert. And that was what it was. And I remember going through my mind saying, how does a person become an expert at that? How does that even happen? And I said, well, I suppose they've got some experience with it. They probably devoted some time to it. They probably read everything that they could read on it, and they've interviewed other people who were successful at it, and eventually they became an expert. And eventually CNN called them. And nothing happened to me that night, but the next day I'm at the conference, and I'm watching leader after leader go across the stage, the big oversized checks, getting the flowers and the tearful thank yous and all this stuff. And it was literally like getting hit by lightning. I connected the two things between the person on CNN and the people on that stage, and I said, wait a minute. What if I decided to become an expert in network marketing? What would happen to me? See, up until that point, I was focused on timing, positioning, luck. I was comparing myself to others. I was looking for shortcuts. I was looking for the perfect system. I was doing all these different things. I really wasn't working on skills. I was working on, positioning myself. I said, what if I just decided to be an expert? What would happen? I said, well, it wouldn't take long and I'd be up on that stage. Pretty soon I'd become, if I was an expert and I really practiced what I preached, I could make what those people made. And in one instant, when I made that decision, I said, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to become an expert. When I made that decision, all my fear went away. When I made that decision, everything just fell away. I wasn't worried anymore. I just relaxed. And it didn't take very long for me to start to get traction. Really, from making the decision, people started looking at me different because I wasn't focused on luck. I was just focused on becoming an expert, and people could sense that, and they started to attract to me and started to attract to my organization. And so I start growing, I start building, and within just a few years later, it was less than 3 years later, I was making $1 million a year in network marketing by the time I was 30 years old. And what I will tell all of you is the biggest breakthrough you can have is if you decide to go pro. If you decide to be an expert, you decide you're going to develop the skills and you're going to become great, not just hope to get lucky. Because if you're great, timing and circumstance, it doesn't matter as much. You'll always be able to earn. You'll always be able to grow. If you're not great, you really got to hope to be in the right place at the right time. So the skills are everything. The skills will make a place for you. The skills will create a career for you. They'll grow an income for you. They'll create contribution and legacy for you. The skills will. See, there's this phrase in network marketing that ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. In other words, it's better to be excited than smart. And that's true to a certain extent, but I will tell you, there isn't enough excitement in the world that will overcome no skills. Because no skills eventually will expose you. You've got to create some skills. My answer is, why do you have to pick one or the other? Why can't you have, passion and skills? You don't have to have ignorance and passion. You can have passion and skills. See, there's 5 principles that I will tell you that I've come to realize in network marketing. Number 1 is network marketing isn't perfect. It's just better. It's got its problems. It's got its challenges. It has its issues. It's not perfect, but it's better. It's better than all the other ways that there are out there for the average person to be able to create freedom in their life and have lifestyle in addition to income. It's not perfect, but it's just better. Number 2, if you're going to do it, decide to be a professional. Decide to go pro. That's why we call the website Network Marketing Pro. That's why we call the new book Go Pro. If you're going to do it, even if it's part-time, Go Pro doesn't mean full-time. It means a commitment to developing the skills necessary to be an expert over time. So if you're going to do it, decide to go pro. Walk away from amateur and decide to go pro. Number 3, like any profession, there are skills that you need to develop. Skills. And in network marketing, there's only 7 skills you need to develop to build a big business. So if you're going to go, like any profession, you're going to need to develop some skills. Principle number 4 is it's going to take some time. So, just understand, these aren't magic beans. You're not going to be able to make a fortune overnight. That doesn't mean you might not be in the right place at the right time and your income might take a lucky jump, but I'm talking about it's going to take some time for you to become an expert, for your income to become bulletproof. At the beginning, your income won't be bulletproof. It will be vulnerable because your skills aren't there yet. There's tons of people in network marketing that made a lot of money and don't make it anymore because they're in the right place at the right time. They didn't develop the skills. So it's going to take some time, and it's okay. It's all right. It's going to take some time. That's normal. Anything of value takes time. And principle number 5 is it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Everything that we do here, it's worth it in the end for the career that you'll create and the things you're going to be able to see and the places you'll be able to go and the people you'll be able to help, and the causes you'll be able to contribute to, and the person you're going to become in the process, the freedom you're going to be able to provide for your family, the example you're going to be able to show your kids. Just for all the great things, it's worth it. It's really worth it. So those 5 principles have served me. And I have to remind myself from time to time over the last 25 years. It's not perfect. Network marketing is not perfect. It has its challenges. It's one of the most emotional businesses in the entire world, but it's still better. It's better than traditional business, for sure. It's better than working for somebody else. It's better than starting your own company. It's better than working in sales. It's better than being an investor. For the average person to be able to create freedom, it's better. If you're going to do it, decide to go pro. Like any profession, you've got to develop some skills. It's going to take some time, and it's all worth it. So those principles served me really well. We talk about those in the book that just was released yesterday. And we go through that in depth, those 5 principles. But then, let me just take a few minutes and talk about the skills, and then I'll throw it back to our hosts and see if they have any additional questions. 7 skills that you need to develop. 7 skills. Skill number 1, if you're taking notes, pardon me, I've been talking a lot today, so my voice is a little bit fried. Skill number 1 is finding prospects. If you can't find prospects, you're kind of can't move forward, can you? So finding prospects, creating a way to never run out. And this is a skill set. And I didn't realize this was a skill set at the very beginning. I thought it was like a natural asset, a natural resource. You either had a lot of great contacts or you didn't. But what I learned is the professionals aren't worried about how many contacts they have because they have the skill set to be able to never run out. They've learned how to do that. We describe step by step by step by step how to never run out of prospects, a complete chapter on that in this book. So that's skill set number 1. Skill set number 2 is how to invite. This is probably the biggest problem in network marketing is the inviting process is so off-putting and so amateur hour that people get bad results and other people get a bad taste in their mouth. When you invite somebody right, they thank you for the invitation. When you invite them wrong, they run away from the invitation. So this is a very learnable. It's learnable, it's doable, it's repeatable. It's a great skill to be able to develop. So that's skill set number 2. Again, a whole chapter on that. Skill set number 3 is presenting. How do you present in a way that is effective? How do you present your product in a way that gets customers? How do you present your opportunity in a way that gets new distributors? How do you do that in a way that not only works but will replicate? That's skill set number 3. Skill set number 4 is how do you follow up? Because most people don't join on the first exposure. It takes 4 to 6 exposures for a person to, on average, for a person to make a decision. So that means for every person that joins after 1 exposure, it's going to take 10, 12 exposures for somebody on the other side of the spectrum to get involved. So 4 to 6 is the average. So how do you follow up in a way that doesn't bother people? How do you follow up in a way that moves people forward and keeps people engaged in the process and keeps people thinking about your opportunity versus starting over and over and over and over, feeling like you're bothering people? That's skill set number 4. Skill set number 5 is closing. How do you ask people to become a customer? How do you get a person to say, okay, I want to become a distributor? This is a skill set that actually people freeze up at this. They do all this work and then they get to the end and they just go, they just kind of lock up. There's a process that I've developed over 25 years that I can show people how to get results and do it in a way that's so comfortable, so not pushy, so not arm twisting, that, they're shocked at how comfortable and how fun it is when you do it right. This is, gained from thousands and thousands of real world experiences, not just something that sounds good. So a whole chapter on that. Skill set number 6 is how do you get somebody started right? Because this is the key to duplication. You can get somebody in, but if you're not having duplication in your organization, I promise you this step is being lost. They're just signing people up and saying, okay, I'll see you at the meeting. Okay, start using the product. And they've totally dropped the ball when it comes to getting somebody started effectively. So this skill set is, if you're not having the duplication that you want, it's this step that you need work on. And again, we have a whole chapter on how to get people started. And then skill set number 7 is how to build for events, how to promote events, how to get butts in seats, how to get people to show up at live events. Whether it's a webinar like this or a live convention, this is the highest paid skill in network marketing. It will pay you more than any other skill. And it's a skill that I'm actually pretty good at. And I've been able to kind of condense what has worked for me and worked for thousands of other top leaders on how they do it. So if you struggle on getting people to show up at events, come to the conventions, whatever, this chapter will help you with that. So, not only is the 5 principles important, not only is the decision to go pro important, the 5 principles important, but the 7 skills are important. And the only reason I haven't written a book in the last 25 years is first time, is I couldn't get my head around offering up everything that I know for $12. It's just really hard to imagine doing it, because if I were to put together in an information product everything that I just described to you, I could charge $1,000 in network marketing and offer the solution for anybody in network marketing, and people would pay it, and it would be worth it. It'd be worth every penny. But I'm at a little bit of a different stage in my life. I want to create legacy. I want to see our profession go to another level. So finally just decided to do this. And I promise you, this book will make you so much money if you will implement it into your business, if you'll make it part of your culture, you'll put it into the hands of every brand new person that joins, if you'll use it for prospects, if you'll study it and underline it and highlight it and go crazy on it, if you'll put it on your Kindle or whatever reader and just have it at all times and refresh your mind, if you use it to train your group, it's going to help a lot. So you can go to Amazon.com, or you can go and get a Kindle version, or you can get a physical version. And we got tons of bonuses for this first week when we launched it. If you get 1, 5, 10, or 25 copies, you go to this site that he's got up here, networkmarketingpro.com/GoPro, and you'll see all the special bonuses. Just save your receipts. You'll send them in to us, and we'll hook you up with tons of training. So, that's, you can get the Kindle version for, I don't know what it is, $8, I think. $7.99, I think, is what it is for the Kindle version. And the physical version is $10.80. So it's nothing. It's just nothing. And you'll see that the Amazon, it's out of stock on Amazon. It's out of stock because Amazon completely underestimated the network marketing profession and did not have enough on stock, but still order it anyway. And Amazon's going to get much more in very quickly, and they'll send them out. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on my end of the world. And Michelle and Blake and Angie, I'll throw it back to you guys. And if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Well, Eric, this is Angie. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Great. Well, this is what I love about you so much, is you talk about, treating your business like a profession or treating it like a hobby. And that's something that Blake and I, for people that have worked with us over these last 7 years with Beachbody, that's been kind of our mantra. We've kind of said, and Blake is very vocal about this, if you treat your business like a hobby, you'll get paid like a hobby. If you treat your business like a business and a profession, it'll pay you accordingly. Mm-hmm. And that's why this book has meant so much to us. And when we met you in December at the Insanity Boot Camp, and we didn't know we were getting the advanced copy book, Blake and I are going, oh my God, I mean, we were writing notes, taking pictures, and we're like going, we got to take this back and train this. This has got to be our training for our team. And then you gifted us with the book.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
were so excited. I wanted to ask you a favor. I have a young man on the phone who is one of your students. You actually signed a book for him for me. His name is Ray Cantu. He is our newest Star Diamond.
Hey,
And
Ray, congratulations.
yeah, and we are so proud of him and his wife, Steph. And he got this book. I mailed it to him, Eric, and he read it the same day he got it.
Nice.
And he's already implementing your trainings in his team trainings. And Ray, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Great, Ray. Listen, I wanted to introduce you to Eric Worre. Eric Worre, this is Ray Cantu.
Hey, Ray.
How are you doing?
Everybody.
I'm doing good, man. How are you? Congratulations on your promotion.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Are you in awesome shape like Blake and Angie?
I try to be.
He's an animal. He and his wife, Steph, are amazing coaches and athletes. They are like triathletes.
Wow.
Eric, I wanted Ray to share with you and everybody a little bit of what he got from your book, and you know, and Ray, I apologize for throwing you under the bus like this, but it just really touched my heart that you grabbed that book, you read it as soon as you got it, and you enjoyed it so much that you're bringing it into your team. So do you want to just share with everybody a little bit of what you got from Eric's book and what resonated with you?
Sure. I would love to. And thank you so much for those kind words, and thank you, Michelle, for helping get all this together, and thanks to you, Eric, for sharing all this valuable information and sharing your time with Team Fit Revolution and Angie and Blake. It means so much to so many of us. So so thank you, all of you. A little bit about my background. When I got into Beachbody, 6 months passed before I even realized that I was in network marketing. I had no idea what network marketing was. I didn't know what it consisted of. I didn't know what to be aware of. I never heard any bad things about network marketing, so I was completely raw. And at the time, I read a few books by Joe Rubino, Ultimate Guide to Network Marketing, 7 Steps to Building a Network Marketing Dynasty, and I pretty much figured that they were all going to be the same. I also studied a lot of the Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar material, and kind of figured that maybe I would have more success going into something like Toastmasters than to read another book. But I had come across some of Eric's material online, and it's a funny guy, man. Eric, you're pretty funny, man. You made me laugh quite a bit.
Good, good.
And it occurred to me that there are people out there, just like me, people that realize that network marketing is pretty awesome. That it really is the best way to go. And so when Angie and Blake sent me the book, I mean, how could I not finish it in one day? It was just such an awesome read. Where I thought it was going to be just like the other ones, I was completely wrong. I really fell in love with it when when you start talking about the 1, 3, 5, 7, 5 years and 7 years, and I looked at where we are in our business, and this is our 4th year building, and it's like we're right on track. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm almost to 7 years. I know exactly where this is headed.
Nice.
And so I started breaking down the book. I read through it once, and then I read through it again and started taking notes. And I wanted to see how it compared to how corporate is teaching us, primarily with a 7-day quick start. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's like they read Eric's book first before they put all this together, and it really, really excited me. But I'd like to say that my favorite part is the getting started right skill set.
Hmm.
That really changed the game for us. The way that you broke that down, the scripts that you included in there. I mean, I've used them over 20 times, and they've had the same effect each and every time. The checklist to get them over the line, the easy and free steps to take. Something simple as getting them to make friends inside the organization and always looking for an opportunity to recognize their achievements. It's so powerful yet so simple. But all in all, the book it really gives me uh, uh, one big checklist. Whether it's for the invitation process or the getting started right presentations. I have a checklist to work with now, and that's just a dream come true.
Well, Ray, I'm really excited for you, man. Yeah, the principles. People sometimes don't trust the principles because they're so simple. They're like, well, that can't possibly work. It's way too simple. But the people who trust it and just say, okay, I'm gonna try it. They're like, man, it's like magic. It's like it goes. It's like pushing a rock downhill instead of pushing one uphill. Whether it's the invitation or getting somebody started or any of the promotional skills, um, this is the stuff that really works. So I'm really excited to see that you're implementing it into your culture. And the really cool thing, Ray, is what you will find 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, is the exponential value as everybody that comes into your organization, as the getting started process gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, becomes more of the in your culture, more in your system. You'll see the exponential side of your business will it's going to accelerate on a level that you can't even really imagine yet. So that acceleration is where wealth comes from. So anyway, congratulations. Well done.
And thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
Well, so thank you both of you for letting me kind of just throw that little monkey wrench in there. But just from talking to Ray and he and his wife Steph are such students, and they have such great heart. And thank you for. It was an honor for me to get to introduce you guys because he is a student of yours, Eric, and we're hoping that everybody in our team will embrace you, the GoPro book, and your website. We want our team to follow us and come with us and join us at your event in December. We want to make that a Beachbody banging event, and we're going to
Yeah,
talk
it's
more
going to be
about
fun.
that. Bunch of Beachbody people run around in Vegas in December. Wahoo!
I like it.
So I'm going to turn it over to Blake now, but thank you for spending some time talking with Ray. I just really wanted you to hear his story.
My pleasure.
I want to say a big thanks, Eric, and thank you too, Ray. That was a great story. Congratulations again on the promotion. Everybody, just want to make sure, you go to the page we're showing right now, and if you scroll down, you'll see some amazing offers. And like Eric said, this is probably thousands of dollars of content you could put in a book that's less than $11. I mean, most people go out there and they got books and they turn it into a giant course and all this other stuff, and he's giving you an amazing amount of content and everything like that. And you can literally, if you just buy 1 to 4 books, you're going to get his ultimate memory jogger, and this is like a memory jogger on steroids. I've seen numerous memory joggers, and he's got, like I said, how many different categories did you have in that?
Oh, it's 800 and something.
Yeah, 800 different memory jogging categories, and it'll really help you with your list building and prospecting. He's got scripts in there and everything that are in the book, but it's also not a memory jogger, but that's something you should absolutely get. So there's just a huge amount of value here, as you can see on the page here. If you go to the thing, he's got 5 to 9 books. You get that, the memory jogger, and you get the GoPro audio program. that's alone $97 value. So he's really, really loaded it up. We bought 25 books. Like I said, we're giving these, and that's just to start, but we're giving these to every single new coach that comes into the business. It's going to be basically their to-do the first week in the business, or maybe we'll follow Ray's lead and make it their first to-do in the first day. But so you could really buy 25 books. I think it was $270, but you're getting tickets to the recruiting, 2 tickets to the Recruiting Mastery event in December. The whole package there is a $2,100 value that you can see there at the bottom of your screen. So really think about investing in your business. It's really important that you do. For some of you, that might be a lot of money, but like I said, you can turn around and sell those to people if you had to, but ideally you maybe want to give them away to people. It's just something you got to really do to invest in your business and really help take yourself to the next level. And what I'd like to do is close it out. I know Eric has just picked up his lovely wife, and like I said, he's been talking on the phone all day, and he's a little tired and everything probably, and I'm sure Marina's going to be a little bit tired too after flying. I don't even know how long that flight is, but maybe you could close out the call with your famous ending that you do on the end of all your videos for us.
All right, I'd be happy to, and it's been a pleasure to talk to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, you decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody, have a great night. Have an amazing week. Thanks for supporting the book. I know it's going to help your business. Can't wait to see you in person sometime, maybe sign the book, or anyway, hang out. It'll be fun. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you, Eric.
Thanks. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.